So I haven't really talked a lot about the anti-work subreddit. Part of the reason why I haven't talked a lot about the anti-work subreddit is because I don't know. I don't really care. I think there's like a lot of real people on there that are like actually upset and jaded and pissed, or you know, just like sad about the state of affairs. And then there are a lot of people who just lie for karma. It's like a good way to karma farm and just lie and all this shit. And there's a lot of crusty anarchists on there who think they can do like, you know, general strikes or whatever. But ultimately, I think their heart's in the right place. You know, it's okay to just be angry at the state of affairs. How Occupy Wall Street is this all turning out? Yeah, it's just like anarchists don't operate like CIA challenge, impossible difficulty. Every day we stray further away from the Lord's good light. I swear to God, I'm sorry. So here's what I'm going to say. First and foremost, they're going to shit on this person, and it's clear that like Cringetopia shit all over this person. But what's ironic is that like, I guess this once again reveals that Redditors hate the world, but the one thing that they hate more than anything else is other Redditors, is themselves, okay? Because let's keep it real. Like everybody writing, everybody sending awards to this fucking everybody beaking this this video, everybody juicing this. Like, what, you look different? You're on Reddit, you are the same person. Like, you look the same, you sound the same, you would appear the exact same on camera. Like, who are you yelling at? You're just yelling at yourself. It's the same as like literally pointing at a mirror and going, you suck, you're a piece of shit. You probably smell the same, motherfucker. 90% of the people commenting on here look and sound exactly like this person. So pretty funny that they're like, that person is so cringe, I would be so fucking different. It's like, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You're literally a Redditor. Exactly. And I fucking hate myself. So I know better than most people, okay? I despise myself. Why the fuck else would I be on Reddit? You know what cool people that I know in the real world, you know what they do to go on Reddit? They go on Reddit to look at porn. 24K Golden. Remember? Talk to him. Cool guy, has a lot going on. Why does he go on Reddit? To look at porn and to sometimes look at fucking, I guess, fashion stuff. But that's it. That's what normies do. They go to Reddit every now and then to look at porn, okay? Only sad, pathetic people like myself and you go to Reddit to look at like hatred. So anyone that goes on like Cringetopia and is like, here's an award, kind sir. Like, you are the same person. You are like the Spider-Man meme. You are quite literally the fucking, you know, the hog that says like, I don't need a vaccine, brother. Like, you know, Bill died, but he's very different. It's like, no, you are the same person as Bill. Like, that's the Redditor version of that, okay? Anyway, let's watch.
It's like a good work day. How many hours is you know, a solid work day in your ideal society?
Sure. I mean, I think as much as people want. I mean, I personally work. I have like a 25 hour work weeks, which I think is fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
And what do you do, Doreen?
I'm a dog walker.
A dog walker.
You know what's funny? Jesse Waters doesn't work 25 hours a week. Jesse Waters does not work 25 hours a week. And Jesse Waters is not even doing anything that is like as physically grueling as dog walking, okay? In comparison to what Jesse Waters does, which is sit in front of a camera and you know, look like the guy who was the dumbass on every like 90s comedy in high school that, you know, he was the football player in every fucking 90s comedy. And that's his purpose. His purpose is to fill that void, to fill that role in an audience that is comprised of like 80-year-olds. So the last thing they remember is like a 90s comedy they watch. So that's like Jesse Waters' job. His job is to look like the fucking jock from the last thing that his audience can remember. The last time their brains could form new memories. Also, if you're an anarchist, you're not media trained. If you're on Reddit, don't go on Fox News. They will eat you alive. They will quite literally make fun of you, and then you will look like a clown. You will look like a fool, because the reality is you are a clown. You're on Reddit. Like, let's be real. You are, and so am I. But the difference is I am a paid clown who is a professional clown, so I know how to fucking conduct myself. You, on the other hand, most likely do not. Okay, let's watch it from the top before we even get to the Cringetopia shit.
All right, so Doreen, why do you like the idea of being home, not working, but still getting paid by corporate America?
Yeah. So there's some misconceptions about the movement. So we're a movement where we want to reduce the amount of work that people feel like they're forced to do. And so we want to still put in effort. We want to put in labor.
Yeah, 2 months.
But we don't want to necessarily be in a position where we feel trapped. You know, you just quoted from Office Space, where that person feels very trapped in their job. I think we're calling for a society where there's less of that. But yeah, absolutely, people still want to do things.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. First of all, pronoun she, her. This is a trans woman. Okay, so don't be fucking mean and don't misgender her. Or is it? Are they an MB? Okay, my bad. I thought she, her. That's what someone said in the chat. Okay, MB. See, this would be good to know what their pronouns are. Why the fuck did you pick the name Doreen? What the fuck is that? You had every name to choose. You went with Doreen. Okay, sorry. I had to get that out of the way. Completely unrelated to everything. Imagine you're fucking, you're a trans woman, okay? And you're a trans woman. You're like, I have the opportunity now, unlike any other human on the planet, which is a beautiful thing. You have the opportunity to choose a new name for yourself, okay? One that reflects you better than anything else. And you go with like Bethel. Okay, sorry. That's completely unrelated. And it has nothing to do with someone's gender identity. So don't get mad at me, okay? That is a trans joke that does not, make fun of trans people. It makes fun of, it does not center trans people are weird, am I right, around the subject matter, okay? There you go. You can make trans jokes. You can. Without being transphobic. It's possible. I'm just saying, like, nobody put that on you. Nobody assigned that to you, and you chose it yourself. That's crazy. Motherfuckers be female to male and name themselves Gilbert. I'm imagining a trans baby like, I love the name Gilbert. Like, I think it's a great name. I had to go with it. This is me. I'm fucking Gilbert, dude. That's crazy. Gertrude. Mildreds everywhere are seething right now. Motherfucker, they don't know that I exist because anyone with the name Mildred was born before 1958, okay? When they decided Mildred no longer hip. So don't worry. There is not a single Mildred that will ever see this, clip because they don't know how to operate the internet, okay? They have landlines with a fucking rotary phone at their houses, okay? There's not a Mildred on the planet that does not exclusively use a rotary phone. What are they gonna do, bro? Are they gonna fucking dial fucking whatever number to call up Eustace, and then Eustace is on the other line like, listen, Mildred, there's a boy on the internet that my great-granddaughter told me about. What are they gonna do, bro? Are they going to fucking send a carrier pigeon? Are they going to send a message via pigeon? Are they going to fucking smoke signal to Twitch that I am making fun of people with the name Mildred? Is that what's going to happen, dude? The Marge Mildred fucking Eustace coalition is going to get together? They got more important things to worry about. Like stairs. Honestly, though, this isn't like that bad so far. I think the reason why people say it's cringe is because like they have the Vaseline filter on that like every fucking person that doesn't do this professionally has a really hard time. Even professional people have a really hard time like fucking fixing their camera and their lighting and shit. I mean, look at me. I do this professionally. My lighting is dog shit right now. So I think like people are probably shitting on them because like one, non-binary, obviously. Everyone on fucking Reddit is immediately going to be like, oh, it's so cringe. Why? Because they're fucking trans. Is that why? Dickhead. But it's not too bad so far.
So Doreen, but you're not being forced to work. This isn't slave labor. You've applied for a job. You've agreed to the terms and conditions of the employment.
Nice, dude. Jesse Waters. Fucking on, dude. You chose to walk those dogs. Fuck yeah. It's like, oh, nice, dude. Yeah, you got it. Like as though there isn't any element of coercion in the job application process under a capitalist organization of the economy. As a matter of fact, the entire purpose of the fucking anti-work subreddit, which I don't even fucking frequent, but I can comprehend, is the idea that like you shouldn't be forced to fucking work. Like everybody wants to work, but it's about choosing where you are working and how you are working, being able to make that choice, which Jesse Waters can at this stage in his life do that, okay? Because he has a level of financial comfort and security that allows him to be able to make these decisions. Whereas, Doreen and numerous other subredditors on the anti-work subreddit do not have that. They're also autistic, I believe, so they have a hard time focusing the camera and looking at the reporter. Not sure about that, though. I mean, dude, yeah, it's just, there you go.
You can walk away from that job at any time and quit. I don't understand really what this is about, except it sounds like maybe people are just being lazy. Are you encouraging people to be lazy?
So I think laziness is a virtue in a society where people constantly want you to be productive 24/7, and it's good to have rest.
People are so stupid. This is why, like, you know, people hyper focus on identity politics, and say like identity politics is bad for like class solidarity. But then they fucking turn around and get upset at a non-binary person for being fucking trans, while quite literally advocating for their best interest. Many of you probably thought I was going to fucking shit on this person, which, I mean, you know, aside from Doreen, which is, in my opinion, not the best name to choose. Okay, that's just my take. Aside from that, they haven't said anything wrong. They haven't said anything bad. And as a matter of fact, they are quite literally looking out for the best interest of all these fucking dumbasses. All of these fucking dumbasses that are, what do you call it? That are shitting on them. And obviously, like, they're a Redditor. They're a Reddit moderator. Oh my Lord. But, you know, technically, I'm a Reddit moderator as well of the Hasan_Piker subreddit.
Day. How many hours is you know, a solid work day in your ideal society?
Sure. I mean, I think as much as people want. I mean, I personally work. I have like a 20-25 hour work weeks, which I think is fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
And what do you do, Doreen?
I'm a dog walker.
A dog walker.
It's like, I would just urge anarchists to learn anything, like just anything about Marxist theory, though. It'd be nice. Like, even if you don't believe in it, it'd be nice to fucking just be able to quickly drop shit in a situation, like, you know, just anything you could say in this circumstance, like from each according to his ability, that sort of stuff. You know, that'd be good to spit. Otherwise, you're just gonna fucking come across as someone who just is lazy to the average fucking dumbass reactionary dickhead. You know what I mean? And they don't allow Marxist-Leninists on the subreddit for breaking Rule 4 by being authoritarians. Oh my God, stop. Listen, this is not a real battle. Marxist-Leninists are not like fucking real revolutionary vanguardists, okay? You're just a fucking dude on the internet, just like they are some people on the internet, okay? It's just the same shit. People acting like, you know, there's a legitimate like infighting or war going on is so silly. There's good ideas in the bread book. For those of you who say bread book is somehow devoid of theory, no, there's great ideas in the bread book. There can be no end to exploitation without expropriation is a true concept that I agree with. As long as there is still going to be enclosures, as long as there's still going to be, I mean, I wouldn't expand it all the way to its final conclusion like many anarchists do, but Kropotkin's not bad.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay. And is there something you want to do besides being a dog walker? Do you aspire to do anything more than dog walking, or is that kind of your pinnacle?
I love working with dogs. If I had to do this for the rest of my life, you know, I wouldn't be super complaining. You know, dogs are wonderful animals. But I would love to teach. I would love to, work with people and stuff like that.
What would you teach, Doreen?
Philosophy mostly. Just introduction to philosophy, critical thinking, reason, stuff like that. I watched
the 2 hours in
Okay, it's so incredibly difficult for me not to fucking. This is like every red flag. Okay, Reddit moderator wants to teach philosophy and critical thinking. That is peak Reddit. Okay, we have reached critical levels of Reddit. No one can Reddit harder than this right now. Okay. Anyway, of course, though, it is a platform that we all go to because we hate each other and ourselves, most importantly.
Well, I would love to take your class, Doreen. I would just be taking notes the whole time. And you know what? A professor's a very similar schedule than something that you're imagining. So I think that actually might work perfectly for you. Listen, I think this might not be the greatest idea, but who am I to judge? To each their own, they say. It's a free country.
The funniest part about this is that, like, he didn't even say anything. Like, Jesse Waters didn't even say anything. So people saying that, like, this person is cringe are just saying it because, like, again, Redditors hate themselves more than anything else. So that's why they're like, this is so cringe. It's like, dude, you are literally the same person. You quite literally think you are a philosophical king, okay? You straight up believe, if you're on Reddit, you believe you are the king of philosophy. No one has ever done philosophy like you. You did philosophy 101 and now you know everything. You're applying the categorical imperative to every fucking action that you take, whether it be like, I don't know, putting the fucking shopping cart back at the Trader Joe's parking lot or eating the last fucking donut at your house. Okay. This is how you live your life. You are quite literally routinely talking about moral systems. You're telling your mom and dad that, you know, especially if you're an anarchist too, that them telling you bedtime is actually an unjustifiable hierarchy and that there needs to be a democratic process in figuring out how we can reach a level-headed reaction to what the bedtime actually should be. Bedtimes are authoritarian, but yeah, I think they did good. They did all right. People are mad because the aesthetics are bad. Their message is right, but what everyone else realizes is that Fox made him look like a slob and made the rest of the moon look lazy instead of workers with a real gripe. Yes, Well, that's what happens when you put a fucking Redditor mod on Fox News. Like, of course they're gonna look like that, no matter what. Normally, Fox and grifters need to search wide for cringe leftists, except when Reddit comes into the equation. So yeah, now everyone of course saw this and then went to anti-work and is probably trying to fucking like own everyone on anti-work. Majority of the subreddit actually didn't want the mods to do an interview, but they did it anyway. Oh, how about that for not believing in democratic principles? All of a sudden, anarchists, when they see a fucking crumb of attention that they can get from mainstream media, turns out sometimes you got to make authoritarian decisions, huh? Sometimes you got to make decisions because the fucking plebs cannot comprehend what it truly takes to be a good leader, huh? Interesting. That's why I run a tight ship in this chat, okay? Me and my mods, there is no fucking worker coalition in here. We will fucking clap you. We will mow you down, okay? Woo! We will fucking pull you up, line you up side by side, and just fucking aim and shoot. Of course, not literally. I mean, figuratively. Remember when the Discord wanted to democratically elect moderators? I mean, yeah, they couldn't even get themselves a nice background to look fresh for this interview. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. Ultimately, just don't do this. Okay, you're never going to look good, even though this person quite literally did not say anything wrong. And the overwhelming majority of hate that they're probably receiving, which really sucks, is a consequence of them being trans, non-binary, and most likely them not looking like super cool on camera. Like, they're just not looking good on camera. They might be neurodivergent, you know, it's just not easy to do that sort of stuff and go on like a professionally trained media operative show. But these people are usually not like, they're not labor advocates so much as, and they're not organizers so much as they are just some people on Reddit, you know what I mean, that have good ideas. The Reddit is burning. Subreddit mega thread r/anti-war goes private after Fox News interview debacle. Give me links, screenshots, will update. Screenshot discussion between mods regarding who would do the interview. Needed to actually look at the camera. I have a tough time with that, being autistic. Did you share the offer for an interview with the other mods beforehand? Did you all decide who was the best person to represent the subreddit on Fox News? This might have been slightly misguided, no offense. The interview offer was given to the mods via mod mail, and they specifically asked for me. I shared that with other mods, and they all agreed that I was probably the best to do it because I've done other media. Oh my lord. Are you media trained? Not really, but I have been on media. I am the media, so I talk for a living. But no, I'm not media trained either, but I definitely have, you know, I definitely conduct myself better than most people do because this is what I do for a living. Like, this is literally what I do. But it's not easy. It's not fucking easy at all. Dorian just derailed a great movement and just let Fox News win. No, everybody's being silly. I'm sorry, but like r/anti-war, I've never seen it, but I don't think that was like a big movement anyway. There is this attitude, unfortunately, on the internet of people that routinely mistake their immediate echo chamber and like the outside parts of their echo chamber as like greatly representative of what the attitudes are overall. That's not true. Going to the front page of Reddit does not mean anything as a subreddit. That's not a fucking movement. Anyway, there was some good stuff on it. I'm sure it was there to push people to get better pay, better benefits, and look for a better environment, certainly. And that's always great. Do these viral stories about shitty bosses signal an anti-work revolution? Says Brenna Ehrlich. No, I don't. I think that this Reddit, just like most of culture, just like the majority of culture, is just reflective of the attitudes that people have. LSF does not go on to all every day. Anti-work regularly gets over 70K upvotes. It was the fastest growing subreddit. Obviously not a labor movement, but it did a huge job in changing people's opinions, especially on the cesspool of Reddit. I agree. I see the utility of anti-work, and I understand why it was good. Because for me, I think that signals that like people are angry. Okay, people are angry at their jobs. People are angry at the situations that they've been put into. Not the other way around. I don't think it like is getting people to fucking change their minds. I think more so that it's reflective of the attitudes that they feel. That's all this is. Anti-work is reflective of the greater labor shortage, not the other way around. I agree. I was subscribed to anti-work and they would see workers striking and be like, this is our movement, even though they had nothing to do with the organizing behind it. Of course, that's what I mean. That's like, and that's great. It had a positive influence on many people online, similar to you. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with all of that. Okay. That's not bad. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And of course, as is the case with many good and left or left adjacent or left leaning or even anti-work fucking attitudes, immediately the bootlickers, the boot suckers at Fox News were able to do a very effective job in a fucking 3-minute video by effectively saying you are funny and stupid and loser. You're a loser and a slob. That's it in a 3-minute fucking video. What I tell people all the time on the internet is like, union work is hard. Okay. Labor organizing is hard. It doesn't start with, a fucking subreddit being like, yo, work fucking sucks. You know, work sucks. I know. It starts with salting. It starts with like actual fucking labor unions, like already existing labor unions. It starts with organizers working with workers. You know, it's not going to ever happen in a decentralized fashion over a subreddit led by anarchists. I'm sorry. Otherwise, we'd be talking about Blink 182 and how revolutionary they were at organizing when they said, work sucks, I know. Sorry doesn't cut it. Mods are not leaders of the sub. Here's the funny thing, okay? Anarchist organizing, of course, immediately turned into a Stalinist centralized control so quickly. It just like flipped like that. What happened? Sorry doesn't cut it. The mods are not the leaders of the sub. Moderation team are not content creators, are not developers of a video game we're on. You have no power here. You can modify comments, you can delete comments, you can delete threads, and that is the extent of the power you hold as a moderator. That is not set to attack you, but that is set to remind you that you should have no influence over the sub. And if you are having influence over the sub, then there's something immensely wrong. Bro, get off Reddit. Get off Reddit. Get off Reddit. Get off Reddit challenge, okay? You will not be taking away my karma. This is a democratically organized Reddit. This has the same energy as fucking getting together and emailing Noam Chomsky. Oh my God, Noam Chomsky has probably gotten an email about this. Word. You anarchists are going to kill this old man with your horrible fucking posting wars. Edit. I'd like to reiterate that anyone being transphobic does not have an ally here on this post. Get lost. You weren't one here or in the sub. Dude, this is why the CIA can focus on, you know, Havana syndrome or having an imposter syndrome, you know what I mean? Like, this is why the CIA can just like focus on themselves, you know, do some self-care, fail to do a fucking coup in Venezuela and still get like $1 gazillion a year. They're big chilling. We have the crusties will fight amongst themselves. All you need to do is just let it happen. Like, there was a time and place when like the FBI, the CIA would have to prevent radical organizing from happening. There's a time and place when like revolutionary organizing was genuinely occurring in this country, and it was so fucking it was so aggressive that, like, I mean, there was also obviously a Soviet Union that kind of counterbalance, that kind of ideological counterbalance is a necessity, whether you admit it or not, you know what I mean? So now, in the absence of that, with everybody being fucking capitalist to the core, it's over. It's a rip. There's no organizing. There's nothing. And it's just people infighting over like the most idiotic shit. By the way, this doesn't mean anything. This literally doesn't mean anything. Like it's just like a painfully Reddit story, and we'll joke about it for now, but ultimately it quite literally is meaningless. It's a subreddit that was relatively active. It will probably hurt the subreddit because, you know, they are infighting, but that's it. It's just like a incredibly Reddit story. It's an incredibly Reddit moment, and we're watching this incredibly Reddit moment unfold in front of our eyes. But in the grand scheme of things, like, it's not like this Reddit was going to create a legitimate movement out of it, right? Like, it sucks because, like, it could have been a good place. It could have been a good place for maybe not organizing, but like, it's a good place for fucking people to blow off steam and maybe do some agitprop. You know what I mean? Maybe do some fucking anti-work agitprop, anti-boss agitprop, anti-landlord agitprop. These are things that are necessities in a world where like every facet from Fox News to your fucking public education tells you that like your landlord is good, your bosses are good, they deserve to fucking exploit you because you know, they fucking meritocracy is real and they took a risk. So anything that counters that narrative, I'm in support of. Anything that counters the pro-imperialist State Department propaganda, I'm in support of, even when they do their own sort of propaganda and actually end up fucking getting a lot of things wrong. That's why I always have like a very balanced approach to these things. How is anti-work just not anti-capitalism? It is, but yeah, this interview doesn't mean anything. What means something is like the attitude that people have towards work. It does not matter. The attitude that people have towards work are sour, especially if they're workers. The unfortunate thing is communicating that attitude in the most adequate way. Communicating the anger that you feel, the righteous anger that you feel every day because of a lifetime of capitalist subjugation is the best way to, you know, is the most healthy, most productive way that you can engage in this. Not everyone is going to be able to talk to, you know, the multi-billion-dollar pro-capitalist propaganda machine. But Reddit is not the revolution. Watching Twitch is not the revolution. Jesse Waters is a fucking crook. I think that person didn't even do that poorly of a job, and people are fucking upset at themselves. Would I have chosen, in my, of course, authoritarian Marxist-Leninist tendencies, my centralized command brain would say, listen, Absolutely not, Doreen. I love you. You're great, but clearly you chose the name Doreen for yourself. That implies that, you know, decision making is not incredibly strong in that front. You know, we are going to not do that. We're gonna use someone else who is has better media training. But ultimately, it's just Reddit. What sucks in the situation is, you know, it's a good Reddit. It's a good subreddit to like piss people off and do some agitated propaganda. And now it's like imploding. There's always issues. There's always issues in anything. There are issues in a Discord solely dedicated to watching and thirsting over me. Okay, that Discord has become, with 95,000 fucking members, with 30,000 active members, with like 95,000 members, my Discord, Hoscord, has quite literally become one of the largest fucking one of the largest spaces for leftists on the internet. And no matter how much I fucking, you know, strike it down every now and then and do some very important and very necessary purges, and ultimately it's supposed to keep it, that space is supposed to be like, you know, for learning, sure, but also for fun and for dumbass memes. Even then, there's issues. There's always going to be like infighting and shit. People take things too seriously. It doesn't matter. It's just a part of growth. It's always going to happen. You just got to fucking not take it too seriously and have fun.